Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Daryl Jameson. This is the first video of hopefully many videos on my stock report of the day. I guess I'll get right into it. The stocks I'm going to go over today, and probably most likely every day, are I'm going to start off with Tesla, Super Microcomputer, Roblox, Rivian, Palantir, Oracle, Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, IBM, Home Depot, Alphabet, Google, Disney, Delta Airlines, Bitcoin, American Airlines, Apple, AMD, and Amazon. I'm not going to tell you what I think the stock price is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what I believe, or I'm going to tell you why the stock went up or down in today's market. So we're going to start off with Tesla. Tesla today saw a decline of 2.8% at the closing of $284.65. There was a couple of reasons for this downturn. One was Elon Musk's the political involvement, the CEO's political involvement. He's basically, as you all know, he's engaged in right-wing politics, and that has alienated environmentally conscious and liberal-leaning customers, leading to decreased sales, particularly in Europe. Also, basically declining sales in key markets. Tesla sales have significantly declined in regions like Scandinavia and France, eroding its market share and raising concerns about brand loyalty. And the third reason is broader market downturn, which of course affected a lot of stocks today. Basically, the U.S. stock indices experienced significant declines, with the NASDAQ composite dropping 2.6% and the Dow Jones Industrial averaging falling 1.5%. And this basically exerting downward pressure on individual stocks, including Tesla. My next stock is Super Microcomputer, and it experienced a significant decline of 13%. It closed at $36.07. The downturn was primarily influenced by the announcement of a probe by Singapore into servers containing Nvidia chips that were shipped to Malaysia, but potentially ended up in China against export restrictions. And of course, the broader market experienced significant downturn on the same day, and this affected Supermicro. And this decline was actually attributed to President Trump's announcement of tariffs on Mexico and Canada and China. My next stock is Roblox. Roblox declined 2.29% today, closing at $62.18. A couple of reasons for that. There's a cautious 2025 outlook, despite their strong quarter 4 2024 financials, including a 32% revenue increase to $988 million. Investors were concerned about slower revenue growth and stagnant user spending, lending to a stock price decline. And Roblox's there's soft guidance for 2025 bookings forecast of $5.2 billion to $5.3 billion. It had a midpoint below analyst expectations, and that raised concerns about the company's growth trajectory. Rivian went down 2.79%, closing at $11.51. Of course, because of the broader market downturn. And then there's some analyst downgrades. They've expressed concerns over Rivian's 2025 delivery forecasts, labeling them as softer than expected. And they've adjusted the stock prices downward, reflecting apprehensions about the company's growth trajectory. My next stock is Palantir. They declined 2.5%, closing at $81.50 due to the broader market sell-off. There's also concern over government budget cuts. The Trump administration announced plans for defense budget cuts, raising investor concerns about potential impacts on Palantir's substantial government revenue streams. There's a high valuation and analyst warnings for Palantir. Analysts have highlighted panelists' high valuation metrics with a forward PE ratio of 160 and the EBITDA exceeding 300, suggesting that stock is overvalued and could face significant corrections, especially in a recessionary environment. The next one I have here is Oracle. It went down 2.3%, closing at $162.02 because of the broader market decline. Another reason is the competitive pressures in AI. Oracle's investment in the $100 billion Stargate AI project initially boosted its stock. However, the subsequent launch of DeepSeek's more affordable AI technology diminished the initial optimism, leading to these stock fluctuations. And another reason is the analyst downgrade. Approximately 2 months prior, an analyst downgraded Oracle's stock to sell, citing concerns over AI initiatives. So these downgrades can have a lingering negative impact on investor sentiment. The next stock I have here is Nvidia. There's a decline of 8.69%, down to $114.06. This was mainly due to the new tariffs that President Trump is placing, 25% tariff on Canadian and Mexican goods. And there's concerns over export restrictions. There were rising apprehensions about potential new export restrictions on AI chips to China. And this would significantly affect NVIDIA's revenue. And analysts have observed a broader market trend of investors pulling back from AI-related stocks. And this is leading to a decline in companies heavily invested in AI, like NVIDIA. My next one here is Microsoft. Microsoft declined 1.5% and closed at $396.98 due to the broader market sell-off. The recent earnings report on January 29th reported revenue and earnings that topped Wall Street expectations. However, the company's earnings have increased just 10% year over year in the last 3 quarters, which makes the stock's high price to earnings ratio appear expensive. This perception may have contributed to the stock's decline. The next stock I have here is Meta. Meta saw a decline of 1.98%, closing at $655.05, basically due to the broader market sell-off. Despite this decline, Meta has demonstrated resilience amid the market volatility, maintaining support at its 50-day moving average and staying within its buy range. Overall, the decline in Meta stock today was largely due to the external economic factors affecting the broader market, like I said before. My next stock here is IBM. It declined 1.6% today, closing at $253.23. Due to the broader market downturn, analysts' price targets set an average 12-month price target of $236.93 for IBM, suggesting a potential decrease of 6.4% from its current stock price. These projections may have influenced sentiment and contributed to the stock's decline today. Home Depot stock declined 1.74%, closing at $389.69. There is cautious consumer behavior, despite reporting a 14.1 increase in fourth quarter sales, Home Depot observed that customers remained hesitant to take under large remodeling projects, and this is reflecting ongoing caution in consumer spending. Google is my next one here. It actually declined 2% today and closed at $177.49. One of the reasons for that is the antitrust proceedings and analyst downgrade. Alphabet, Google faced ongoing antitrust proceedings with potential remedies that could significantly impact its business operations. The Andrew Boone, the analyst from JMP Securities, downgraded Alphabet stock from outperform to market perform, citing concerns over the possible outcomes of these proceedings and their effect on Google's U.S. distribution and revenue. And the other reason for Google's decline would once again be the broader market downturn due to these tariff announcements. My next stock I have here is Disney. Disney declined by not much, but 0.89% today, closing at $112. A couple of factors could have contributed to that. The termination of the MLB partnership. Disney announced it would end its 35-year partnership with Major League Baseball, opting out of $550 million per year TV rights contract due to declining value. This decision raised concerns over ESPN's future content offerings and potential revenue impacts. And another reason would be analyst downgrade. Raymond James analyst Rick Prentice downgraded Disney's stock to market perform to outperform, citing concerns about moderating demand at theme parks, higher consumer prices, and an uncertain economic outlook. My next stock is Delta Airlines. Delta declined 2.78% today, closing at $58.45. JP Morgan analyst Jamie Baker, the analyst warnings is one reason, and Jamie Baker cautioned about potential economic challenges facing the airline industry, including reduced travel and potential weakness in consumer spending. While Baker maintained an overweight rating on Delta, his concerns about the broader industry may have affected investor sentiment. Trade tensions is another reason for Delta's decline, and there was an anticipation of a 25% levy on Canadian and Mexican goods set to begin on March 4th, 2025. And this is going to impact economic conditions, indirectly affecting the airline revenues. My next one up here is Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped 8.75% to $86,399. The market correction followed a surge over the weekend. President Donald Trump announced plans to establish a U.S. strategic crypto reserve, which initially propelled Bitcoin's price to a high of $94,834. However, by Monday afternoon, these gains were reversed, with Bitcoin's price retreating to the $86,000 mark. Basically, the implementation of new tariffs are more likely behind this. The next one I have here is American Airlines. The American Airlines stock declined 1.5%, closing at $14.35. In January 2025, American Airlines reported a wider than expected adjusted loss for the first quarter and provided a full year adjusted earnings per share outlook below analyst estimates. The pessimistic forecast raised investor concerns about the company's profitability, and another reason would be another reason for the drop would be the broader market downturn today. My next stock, Apple. Apple declined 1.5%. closing at $238.03 because of the broader market downturn, the trade tensions and tariffs, and also a sector-specific weakness. The technology sector faced notable challenges, with companies like Nvidia and Tesla experiencing significant losses. So this sector-wide downturn further impacted investor sentiment toward tech stocks like Apple. My next one up here is AMD. They saw a decline of 1.58%, closing at $98.23. There are concerns over their data center revenue. AMD's data center segment reported a revenue of $3.86 billion, falling short of the anticipated $4.14 billion. This shortfall raised investor concerns about potential slowdowns in AMD's core x86 business and increasing competition from ARM-based server CPUs developed by companies like Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Nvidia. There were analyst downgrades for AMD. Bank of America analyst Vivek Arya downgraded AMD stock from buy to neutral, citing challenges in capturing market share in the AI GPU sector. Arya noted that major cloud providers such as Amazon Web Services and Alphabet continue to prefer Nvidia's AI GPUs, potentially limiting AMD's growth in the area. And another reason for AMD's decline would be the broader market pressures. My last stock, Amazon. Amazon declined 3.4% today, closing at $205.02. And it basically, the reasons would be the trade tensions and the broader market downturn. So that's all I have for you today. Please keep tuned for my next video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. Thank you.